Hi, I'm Venus O'Hara. I make content about holistic self-love. In this video, I'm going to be talking about raw veganism and my experience after going raw vegan, my raw vegan transformation and how amazing it's been and why I don't recommend it. Super juicy. Anyway, before I get into this video, I want to share with you that I am always a bit nervous when it comes to discussing veganism. I'm aware that my following, people watching this are probably not vegan. I'm not telling you should be vegan with this content. I simply want to share something that's been working really well for me and maybe give you some ideas. In my email signature, I have a phrase which is, my mission is to encourage people to use their sexual energy in a positive way and to eat more plants. So that is really my mission in life, is to encourage people to eat more salads, eat more fresh foods, and maybe go organic if possible, because I know it can be expensive in some parts of the world. So I went vegan 7 years ago, and it was a decision made for health purposes. Without going into any details, it's a little bit personal, but I remember just making that decision and my life just improved so much very soon after. Before that point, I was a vegetarian for most of my life. I've never liked meat. So for me, there was no inner conflict of, I like the steak, but I don't want to eat it because of the animals. I've never had that at all. I just don't like the steak. So it's easy for me to not eat meat. I've never eaten fish in my life either, and I don't understand it. I remember being in supermarkets in the past and I just feel like, oh, what's that awful smell? Oh, it's the fish counter. And just to put something that smells that bad into your body, I just don't understand it personally, but each to their own, of course. And I think I would like to respect others and how they eat. So my mission on veganism is always to try and be a good example, someone who's healthy, who has vitality, and who has a glow. Yeah, it's interesting because you hear there's an expression called the vegan glow, but I think since going raw vegan, I think my eyes and my skin is just incredible right now. There's no filter on this, by the way, so this is me naturally, and I just feel that there's been a skin upgrade, and I've never had any work done at all, so I'm not going to reveal my age, but let's say, yeah, I'm feeling good. So raw veganism. So I went raw vegan. It was just kind of a curiosity. I was curious. I was in a supermarket showing another vegan friend one of my favorite organic supermarkets, and as I picked out some kimchi from the fridge, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna go raw vegan for a month. I just come back from the US, so where I was eating kind of heavier foods in vegan restaurants, but still, even if you're eating out, there's always going to be more salt, more sugar, more oil than what you would have if you're cooking at home. And I was just curious about raw veganism, especially from an energetic and kind of spiritual perspective. And when they say about, the food being alive and enzymes and all of that, it kind of makes sense to me. Also, I have a friend who's vegetarian who told me, as a vegan, you're eating pure love. You're making a sacrifice. There's no sacrifice at all for me. But now, eating more raw vegan, I do feel like I am eating pure love. Food that's been sun-kissed, that comes from the earth, and that is organic as well. So it feels so good that I have to share it on here. But I will get to the juicy part about why I don't recommend it a bit later on. So starting with the good side, the adjustment. Well, at first, the first 8 days were kind of difficult in terms of the digestion. I thought it would last a bit longer, actually. And I've heard a lot of people who go raw vegan or even vegan, when they have this massive increase of fiber, it can make them bloat a lot. But I actually found that I had less bloating right from quite an early stage of it, even the first week. However, my bathroom movements were quite regular and not quite, a bit TMI. It wasn't quite, I'm not going to say more there. But then after 8 days, okay, this is getting normal now, I'm feeling good. And the less bloating just felt good, because I've always been a bloater all my life, actually. I wake up with a flat-ish stomach, and then over the day it kind of expands with air and what have you. But this was just it was kind of cool at night time, still feeling kind of that my belly was similar to when I woke up in the morning. So that was a nice feeling as well. I do feel like I have less aches and pains. Less shoulder pain, hip pain, because that's something I've been dealing with a lot just from sitting down too much. And also I just feel like less need to actually go for massages, because I would usually go for a massage once a month. And I feel like I don't really need that now, which is amazing. It's amazing. And also my periods have been, no pain, very regular, which it was like that before as well with just being vegan. But now it's like, oh, is it today? It's kind of like a bit of a surprise, really. And something else that's been really interesting for me has been my culinary creativity. It's been so cool. I've been making amazing things, and I've been researching online, but I also use ChatGPT quite a lot. And I got meal plans from ChatGPT, and I got shopping lists as well, which is really cool to do as well. And something that I've learned from this way of cooking, it's not really cooking, it's preparing food, things like marinating mushrooms. Oh my God, what a new discovery. Because I bought these mushrooms before deciding to go raw vegan. I was thinking, I was really wanting to go, all in. And I thought, am I going to throw these mushrooms away? Or should I give them to a friend? And then I just did some research, and I thought I can marinate them. And I don't know if you've tried marinating mushrooms, but even if you're not raw vegan, I highly recommend it. And what I did was I got some portobello mushrooms, I cut them up, put them in a bowl, and then I put some tamari sauce, some olive oil, some lemon, some apple cider vinegar, not too much, and then put them in the fridge. And then the day after, it was like they were soft. It was as if they had been cooked. It was such an interesting experiment. I did the same with broccoli. So I've found that some vegetables that I would usually cook, I can actually marinate them and still be honouring the raw vegan choices that I've made. Also, it kind of gives some variety, because it can't all be crunchy salads. You've got to have some variety. And that's been the hardest thing, I would say. Well, getting that food variety. There's one part which has been very creative, another part has been kind of restrictive, but I'll talk about that a bit later on. Another thing that's been amazing is I bought a spiralizer to make zoodles, and zoodles are zucchini noodles. That's the American saying. We call it courgette in the UK. So it's just been kind of a good staple to have these these zoodles, because it's kind of that they look nice, it's easy to make, and then making some really cool sauces. I've been making amazing salsas on this diet. For example, I've been making sauces with sun-dried tomato, beetroot, onion, and lemon juice, sometimes cashew as well. I made some sauces with carrot and ginger and cashew, then some kind of guacamoles. Yeah, because just to kind of replace all the hummus. I think as a vegan, hummus is something that's kind of important, but obviously hummus is not raw. So I've been trying to experiment with different salsas, just with throwing together what I have in my fridge and using my Vitamix quite a lot. And that's been really cool. I've also been having gazpacho, I've been having big salads, and I've been having smoothie bowls as well. Smoothie bowls have been a big part of my breakfasts over the years, but I've now stopped buying soy milk. I've been making my own milk with cashews, which has been kind of cool actually, because cashews are quite creamy, but obviously got to go easy on how many you're going to use as well. So it's been really, really creative and very colourful. Yeah, so I think the best side of it is this new creativity that I've been experiencing, the salsas, eating at home, less cravings. Oh my God. I'm someone who definitely listens to my body. And if I feel like I want chocolate, I have chocolate. If I want to have something sugary, like some sweets or some ice cream, I will have that. Or if I want to have, let's say, pizza. So I was having, vegan pizzas once a week, maybe some chocolate, and different things which could come under the category of junk food. So I've always kind of let myself indulge in those things occasionally. However, I had no cravings for those things at all during this time, which was really interesting for me and very empowering, because I just realised how much I was eating those foods. I thought it wasn't much, but I realised, wow, I've been super healthy on this new way of eating. Do I have anything else to say there? Oh yeah. Nice cream. I made nice cream, which was so cool, and I bought for the first time in my life an ice cream scooper, which is something I did not have in my possession in my kitchen. So that's been really cool. I made nice cream with coconut milk and bananas and dates. I just blended it all up and then put it in the freezer, and a day later it was like delicious. And then had that with some fruits of the forest, some kind of berries on top, and it was like, wow, I can't believe there's no added sugar in this, which is amazing. So yes, I've been experiencing and experimenting with my food, and I really love the rainbow. I mean, it's just so beautiful to see. Raw vegan food is just beautiful. So let's go to the dark side. Dun dun dun. The dark side of this raw vegan thing. I do find this is a kind of an extreme way of eating. It's a bit antisocial. I do host vegan events in Barcelona, so I didn't have as many events this time, but it's been so eating out is part of it, and I didn't to eat out and then say you're raw vegan as well obviously makes things very difficult. It's a lot more restrictive, and the act of sharing food is such a bonding experience. It's a social experience, and if you're not really eating anything that you're enjoying that's wholesome and satisfying, then it can be you're not really part of that experience kind of thing, unless you're in a raw vegan restaurant with lots and lots of options. But I haven't really been eating out during these few weeks that I've been doing raw vegan, so I've not really had that issue, but that's kind of making me not want to be raw vegan full time. After the first 30 days of raw vegan, which was the whole of month of June, I decided to go high raw vegan now. So when I do eat out, which is usually about once a week with the vegan events that I host, I will be eating non-raw food. But in general, I just feel better now eating the raw way. And I think with this hot weather that we're experiencing in Barcelona, it seems very compatible with the current climate. However, I can't imagine just eating cold or warm food when the winter months come. I think I'll still have a raw breakfast, possibly raw lunch, but maybe something cooked or something with soup in the evening. So that's about it really. And also I wanted to talk about, sometimes I think if you choose a very extreme diet like going raw vegan, those, I don't know how to say this in a way, the people who have been the most extreme, or the people who have been most likely to go back to eating meat, from what I've seen, have been people who are raw vegans. And I remember seeing a guy who I was following on for quite a while on Instagram, and he had this beautiful feed of all this rainbow food, but he looked like he had this look where, when people don't eat much food and their teeth are bigger than the face, and it was like, you can't push the diet if you're looking so ill and emaciated, So I think whatever diet you are following, it's important to seek professional advice from nutritionists, get blood work, etc. Don't just follow someone who's an influencer. You don't really know what they're doing when they're offline. I mean, there's been lots of instances about that, people who are claiming to be vegan and they're eating meats, etc. So you don't really, I don't think we should be following anyone blindly on social media, no matter what their message is. It's really good to have some discernment and think, and discover what's best for you. And so that's the reason why I don't really recommend it. I don't think to recommend something that's kind of antisocial, hard to maintain, and you can have some deficiencies on it. You have to really plan it well, and so that's not something I would ever say, yes, you've got to do this. However, I am enjoying it so much right now. I'm currently doing the high raw vegan thing, and as the winter months come, let's see what happens. But I just wanted to share something that's been working so well for me, and I just feel so good right now. It was too good not to share. Yay! And I hope you like the pictures of the food that I've been sharing on here. This is simply just to give some ideas if you would like to experience something raw and fresh and colourful with lots of different vitamins. Yay! So what about you? What do you enjoy eating? What gives you life? What's your favourite junk food? Have you tried veganism or even raw veganism? I'd love to know in the comments below, and please don't judge me. Please don't reject me for talking about veganism. I'm just not trying to tell you what you should eat at all. I would never do that. And yeah, that's all I want to say. So I'm going to be sharing some more things on here very soon. I've got some really cool things I want to share with you as well. But that's it for today, and I hope you find this content inspiring. If you would like to upgrade your life, I have this amazing life upgrade meditation which has 100 powerful affirmations from the 12 areas of the life wheel. The link is below. And also check out my podcast, The Orgasmic Lifestyle, my Substack, The Orgasmic Lifestyle, where I go very juicy, And what else? Yeah, follow me everywhere, please. And I'll be back soon with some more content. Mwah!